Hey fellow explorers, this is the best place to shop in Sedona, Arizona, and in this video I'm going to show you around. I'm going to turn the camera around so you can see what I can see. And we are starting here up on the second floor of Patio de las Campanas, and this whole place in uptown Sedona was built to resemble a Mexican village. It's been here for about 50 years, and when it was built by the original builder of it, he surveyed tons of towns and villages in Mexico and said he wanted to recreate that here in Sedona, Arizona. And so here's a map of the little patio that we're in, but there's a few different areas that we're going to explore. There's tons of shops and tons of galleries. You know, it's tourist central, so you've got things like the Feliz Navidad Christmas store, where you can even put some letters to Santa. Anything you'd like me to deliver on your behalf. There's these interior arched walkways. It's a great spot to take pictures, to get away from the heat. They've got all sorts of art all over, neat trees that bend over like this, fountains that look like they used to run. But it's interesting, when they created this place, the founder said he didn't really want people to measure. So they didn't have a lot of diagrams or measurements. Everything was done by hand or by thumb. And in fact, he hired amateur people instead of professionals to give it much more of that artsy type look. Sedona is a big artsy place, and so just this look of this place being not manufactured, but something that looks like it's been here for a long time, or even transplanted out of Mexico. Here we have the Wind Sculpture Garden in Sedona. Wind sculptures are very popular, and there's tons of wind sculpture art. And this little garden is in front of the View Renee Taylor Gallery. There are over 100 art galleries in Sedona, and many of them are hubbed right here. Now, certainly one of the challenges to come to this place is parking. As you'll see, parking is actually just part of the village. There's not really a separate parking lot, but yeah, people sort of park everywhere because parking's a challenge. I'm doing this over President's Day weekend in February of 2024, and the traffic to get into Sedona was quite impressive. Okay, we started in that plaza. Now we're going to go over here to Plaza de la Fuente. There's a really neat tea place up on top called the Chai Spot. Over here we have the Sedona Candle Gallery. What do they sell? Candles. What do they sell? More candles. Very cool place. Books and records upstairs. Little spots to, take a selfie in front of the farm wagon, perhaps. We've got a church here, so they're actually going, I think, for a historical designation on the chapel that's in here. But let's go ahead and plop into here. But even the street signs, they've made to look broken as they might be. And here's a little look inside the chapel. You can actually see there's a few seats in there with a Jesus back up on the wall in back. And there's a cross right here in this plaza. We've got some outdoor gear, some outdoor outfitters. And this is a map of this Patio de la Capilla right here. And these narrow little walkways. It really does feel a lot more like a village and less like an actual shopping mall. Obviously, the fact that there are shops that have professional looking signs and things like that tells you that it's a shopping mall instead of a village, but it makes you want to explore. If you go, and there are restrooms if you're looking for restrooms. If you go into a typical shopping mall, you sort of walk in, you look at a map, and you see it's Gap and Old Navy and Hot Topic and Abercrombie and Fitch and all the stores you've seen before. And then you're like, you know what? Maybe I'll just pass. We've got some fine rugs that are hung up here from the buildings up on top. When this place was originally created, they felt that the artists needed to live near their shops or their galleries. And so originally the artists lived upstairs and then the galleries were downstairs. Except it turned out the artists had some loud, rowdy parties or too many parties, and so they've made it that the no residential here anymore, just shops. Oh, by the way, you can pick up the pink Jeep tours here, which is like it'll take you some off-road tours along the trails right here at the information center in the middle. There's a How Sweet It Is chocolate shop over this way. And coming over here, we've got some more artwork. We've got some statues. We've got the boy on the bench with a dog. If we look out this way, we've got a big horse, and we've got a big moose, and the Oak Creek Brewery and Grill restaurant is upstairs. Popular restaurant here in this plaza. And out here we've got the Secret Garden Cafe, breakfast and lunch. Okay, let's go this way. There's another big parking lot for the place over here if you can't find any parking in the center. And I'm gonna come out this way on the road because this place actually continues over on the other side of State Route 179. And on busy days, which you can call today a busy day, they actually have people that are out helping you cross the street. So we're gonna go over to the crosswalk where they're gonna help me cross the street to get over there to Tlaquepaque North. All right, well, we'll take a look at the plaza as we go this way. You see they've even kind of put like a city wall out in front of it. There's the pink Jeep that we saw. This part of Uptown Sedona is known as Gallery Row, since this is where the majority of the galleries are. But over this way, you can see the red rocks in the distance. These tall, steep red rocks are what make Sedona famous, what everybody comes here for. And they've really done a good job of making this town feel like something unique. It doesn't feel like every cookie cutter town. It certainly doesn't feel like Phoenix. It feels like a very special place. Okay, so I will stand here politely to cross at the crosswalk, and we'll see when we get to go. We've got two people on either side. Let's stop and go the traffic. To get here from, we were staying in the Oak Creek Village at the Element Hotel. It's like 4.5 miles away. Took us 45 minutes to drive here. That's how heavy the traffic is on the holiday weekends. And it's not because it like all gridlocks at a light, but it's like everything here is a traffic circle. Oh, here's a pink Jeep going by. And everything just like comes through this Y in the center of town, and you just gotta wait a long, long time, unfortunately. Someone would say if you're picking a time to come here, weekdays, probably pretty good. All right, we get to go now. So here we go. Let's cross the street. We have the Center for the New Age Superstore on the right with psychic readings, books, crystals. Sedona is home to these world-famous vortexes with centers of healing energy, much like the pyramids or Machu Picchu. We're gonna check out this cream and cake couture, handmade artisan waffles. I don't know, it seems busy, so maybe we'll just kind of like sneak by. There's a long line to go in, so maybe we won't check that out. We'll go over this way. Maybe I'll check that out later and report on it. So now, just to show you where we started here in this plaza, and then we checked out the fountain, we checked out the chapel, we walked over here, I walked down this road, you checked out the big parking, and we crossed the street at this crosswalk up into Tlaquepaque North. There's also more parking up here. Okay, so this area has more parking. If you're looking to park, this would probably be where I would start. We've got the Artist's Kitchen, not a restaurant, but a shop, in fact. This side definitely less lively. This side definitely newer. This side definitely doesn't have the same feel as the original side. This side feels much more manufactured, as it would be. My guess is that there were much more stringent building codes when they built this side, and the whole idea of just building and not measuring probably wasn't going to work for Sedona anymore. And we can see some more wind sculptures that are over here. And then if we look up that way, that's just more of Uptown Sedona. You go over that way, and this brings us back to the front. We've got some jewelry over here. We've got a fountain. I wish these fountains had water in them. It seems like there's had water at any time of year. It'd be now in the winter when it doesn't evaporate as much, but I don't know, maybe they're worried about it freezing. All right, well, fellow explorers, there you have it. The best place to shop in Sedona. Get some to eat, get some souvenirs, get some art to bring back home. As usual, I won't say goodbye because I'm gonna see you in the next video. If you wanna see more what I've got for you from Arizona, I got a whole bunch of Arizona travel videos. You'll find them on the screen. Also, links in the description below. As usual, I won't say goodbye because I'm gonna see you over there.